What's happening, everybody? So, given the sheer volume of views that my first video has received on the Beast Machine Snapper 6 horsepower lawnmower, there's obviously a ton of intrigue and desire to see and hear more about this particular machine. So I want to give you guys my thoughts on this particular just work of art that's sitting behind me. But I also want to give maybe my perspective as far as where I feel this vehicle actually sits in line with other performance vehicles that are on the market today. So getting to it, first of all, you can't sit and look at this machine without being in awe of the power plant. I mean, this is the legendary 6 horsepower Briggs Stratton engine. And Briggs Stratton did something amazing here. I mean, they took the power of 6 horses and crammed them and condensed them into this particular power plant here that you see behind me. I mean, you can lift it with your arms, but yet it has the power of 6 horses. And I don't mean some little Shetland puny that you see at the petting zoo. No. These are draft horses. Big, muscular Clydesdales with big swinging tails. That's what kind of power you can expect out of this particular engine. And there's guys that'll say, well, it's just a lawnmower. Why do you need that much power? The type of guy that would say that is probably the type of guy that would shove a tampon up his ass just to get a better idea for what his chick had to go through once a month. I mean, come on, get real. This is one of those situations where if you get it, you get it. In other words, if you know Snapper. That's why. And so when you look at it from that perspective, the sheer power, I mean, this is a machine that sets itself apart from all other lawnmowers. This is a machine that was put in place to set the bar so unattainably high that other manufacturers just would not be able to compete with it. That's what it did, that's what it was engineered to do, and that's what it still does to this day. And really, in my opinion, this is the best and most powerful lawnmower that has ever been released to the public in the past, the present, or ever in the future. This machine will be the benchmark standard with which all other performance lawnmowers will ever be judged. So that's what kind of machine you are beholding behind me. This is, and listen, I understand there's a lot of hate that's going to be thrown at me. I get it. I'm not trying to brag. It's just luck of the draw. And keep in mind, this is a family heirloom. This was the first machine that I had to learn how to use as a youth. And you can imagine just how intimidating something like this would be and is to a grown man. Imagine the sheer excitement and exhilaration that I felt as a young boy who was basically just released onto the yard, a closed circuit with this particular machine. It's amazing to think that my parents would have been so bold, but I guess they saw something in me. I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm gifted, but I was able to manage this machine at a young age. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of attributes to this machine that would allow for, at least, although as intimidating as it is, it would allow for ease of use. I mean, it is a mid-engine design, and it is a 6-speed manual transmission, but it's clutchless. And because of that, it does take a certain amount of skill to be able to row through those gears. But just understand that it's not impossible. And if you just take your time and practice, you'll be able to get all the movements down. And you yourself, if you're lucky enough one day, if you do get a chance to pilot one of these machines, it is intimidating, but keep in mind, I've been doing this for a long time, but I know you'll get it down eventually. If you just put your mind to it and focus, you'll certainly develop the skill set, I'm sure. But again, this is a machine that sets itself apart from all others. And it really transcends even to today. I mean, although this particular machine is over 20 years old, you've got to understand that there's still not much that can really compete with it. I mean, yeah, there's other, mid-engine and rear-wheel drive sports cars that are out there, but they don't have clutchless transmissions. No, this is something that Snapper put out there for the enthusiast, for the grassroots racer. That's really what this is intended for. So But again, it's not cheap. I mean, these things back in the day were, some of the most expensive, lawn equipment that you could buy. But again, you're getting the most power, you're getting the most performance, you're getting the benchmark standard for all other lawn equipment to try to emulate. And it's one of those situations where, Snapper didn't come in to, just be a part of anything. They didn't come in to just play in this game. They didn't come in to take part. They came in to take over. And with this particular machine, they certainly did. So again, I just want to give my thoughts on this machine. Post up your comments. Let me know what you're mowing your yard with. I'd love to hear some of your success stories. If you've got one of these snappers, I definitely want to hear from you. Here's some of your experiences. And that's a wrap on this one. I'm kind of full of pride right now. I'm misting up a little bit. But again, that's a wrap for this one. Adios.